the CEO accidentally bumped into a cabinet and discovered the diary his wife had hidden. He was curious about what was written in it. When he opened the diary, he realized his wife had long known his secret, even though they had been in love for 5 years. His wife, unable to tolerate her husband's betrayal, chose to leave. There was no longer any chance of reconciliation. Just a few days ago, the woman had seen her husband propose to someone else. Amid the cheers of the crowd, the two even kissed, and the diamond ring on the cunning woman's hand pierced the wife's heart. Heartbroken, the woman turned around and walked away. Just yesterday, her mother had passed away. The woman no longer had the will to live. So, she volunteered to become a frozen experiment subject at the Research Institute, hoping to complete her mother's research project. In 7 days, she would leave this world for good. When she returned home, she put her death notice in a box and handed it to her husband, telling him to open it on their wedding anniversary. Her husband, unsuspecting, agreed. The next day, the woman quietly packed her belongings, leaving no trace of herself in the house. Every day, she marked the calendar to count down the days, and her husband remained unaware, continuing as usual to give her a bouquet of sunflowers to cheer her up. But the smile never returned to her face. She discovered that the diamond ring her husband gave her was identical to the one given to the other woman. She couldn't understand how her husband's love could be divided in two. Sunflowers, diamonds, wedding dresses, villas, all these things were also given to the cunning woman. Hearing the other woman boast on a program about her husband's romantic gestures, the wife's heart completely shattered. She collapsed to the floor, utterly devastated. The CEO, busy chatting with the cunning woman, finally noticed something was wrong with his wife. He quickly ran over and picked her up, but on the way home, the CEO received a call from the cunning woman, thanking him for making her the envy of all the women in town that night.
作为报答，今晚我给你穿你最爱的那款性感内衣，给你30分钟来我家，我是不后。
Hearing this, the CEO couldn't resist his feelings and lied about an urgent work matter. Rushing off, leaving his wife and her friend to take a taxi home. The friend couldn't understand why the woman wanted to leave. They followed the CEO's car to the cunning woman's villa. They saw the CEO get out of the car, and the woman immediately ran to greet him. The two embraced intimately, as if they had endless sweet nothings to share. This scene was fully witnessed by the wife and her friend. Soothed, the lights upstairs turned on. Through the curtains, they could see the two being intimate together. The friend, furious, called the man a heartless jerk, but the wife's heart was already broken into pieces. It was at that moment that their marriage became irreparable. The woman began to regret not listening to her mother and blindly believing in love. It turned out that the woman's mother was a moderately accomplished scientist, but her husband's betrayal left her depressed, and her life fell into despair.